It's Monday, September 30th, and I am not working today. We have a small leak in our roof in the house behind us, up on one of the window sides where the trim meets the shingle roof. We have an old shingle roof that needs replacing, and it will be replaced in the future, but for now I'm going to be repairing that, as well as continuing work upstairs in our what was the second apartment of the home. I think there's a street cleaner. So hopefully you can hear me over that noise. I'm just going to continue. I'm sitting here and looking at the camera, looking at me. Behind the camera is a mirror. I'll show you what the setup looks like. I've done this before. If you look back at some older videos on the channel, where I've spoken into a mirror, addressing myself, intentionally being in a position to look into my own eyes. Because speaking to myself, and in general, people speaking to themselves, is not something we often do. Perhaps not often enough. I would like to come clean about a few things. I'm 28 years old. I have a wife and daughter. We own a home. My wife's a school teacher. We live in New England. And I spend most days not knowing how I'm gonna make it through the week and the month and the year ahead. And I really have been in turmoil in my own head about what that all means, why I feel that way, and how perhaps, hopefully, I can get a grip on those big feelings. And I'm not here to claim that those are unique to me, although I am the experiencer of my feelings, so in some sense they are, and of course they are my own. What I mean is that I believe more than just me experiences this kind of feeling. And it's challenging to I find it funny that when you do something like this, like set up a camera, is when the street sweeper goes by. It's the best representation of chance, I guess. So I'm just gonna let it go up the street for a moment. You see the sunning man himself. I don't think I'm unique at experiencing these feelings. However, I do want to make it clear that in my own world, these are not feelings that are often openly discussed amongst adults. More than likely, if I brought them up with people would admit to experiencing the same thing themselves. The core issue is that most have the same answer. And I'm not necessarily looking for an answer. However, most people deliver the same conversational advice. It's not necessarily directed at anybody, it's just in the moment, this is what bubbles up to the surface in conversation about this kind of subject. And that is that as a man, your job is to support your family. And to support your family, you need the ability to make an income or generate money enough to live your life, pay your bills, keep your family safe and fed, as well as on the family side of things, in a lot of cases, allow your partner to be the primary caregiver at home. So those two pieces come up a lot in conversation about life. And like I said, they're not exclusive to anybody or to me. And I recognize that I may be drawn to the same type of person and therefore receive the same type of advice. But in my own mind and thinking, I feel like I need to make a leap forward and through that kind of thinking, because I am fed up basically with trading my time for money and seeing how business owners can thrive, but not feeling like I have anything to contribute to the world of entrepreneurship right now. So I keep working, trading my time for money. And largely these conversations are meant just for me to get my things, my stuff off my chest, to voice things. I don't know all the answers. I have some things figured out. I definitely do not. And I recognize that I'm in a position of privilege relative to many people, even in this part of our country. So I am appreciative of what we have, and I invest my love and energy into those things, mainly my wife and daughter, our home. Those are the primary places in my life that I derive worth from. My ability to take care of my people, my family, the people I love the most. So that's a great little segue, because I've shared some jumbled thoughts with you, but also said the thing that I wanted to get to, which was derive my worth from. I'm just going to check the camera. 10 minutes in, I'll try and keep this brief. So deriving worth up until this point of my life was something I said and believed came from things outside of myself. And when you're playing sports in school or working your job and excelling at that job, or excelling at some sort of extracurricular thing, like I am a mountain biker and I'm relatively good in the world of mountain biking, not a professional, but far, 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 far from a beginner. So there's worth to be derived in your life from things that are outside of yourself. What I've learned is that I think I was dancing around the edges of something pretty important and also unknown to me up to this point in my life. And that is faith in Jesus Christ. I do not have the background of church or religion. I grew up on a dairy farm, so my life was very focused on on survival up to the point of when I moved off the family farm. And since then, to kind of loop back to what I was saying, I've been running circles around this idea of how and where do I derive my worth as a person from. And only in the last year, really, have I turned my heart and soul in the direction of Jesus Christ. I've never said this on camera, and I've never shared it with the world. I've had conversations with a select group of people about this, and the people I trust the most are aware of this transition. And I knew at some point that I would need to share it with actually myself primarily, as again, I'm speaking to myself in this mirror, but share it as a way to initiate open dialogue with people out there. You, your neighbors, the people who see this video and have the same kind of turmoil as I do. A 28-year-old man in New England, America, the developed world, working, surviving, trying to identify what's meaningful, maintain a healthy family dynamic, perhaps even more specifically having some of the same values or interests as myself, as well as wondering where to go from here. And I think that part of that can be perhaps handed over to a practice of faith. So what I mean, as I discover why Jesus Christ gave his life for me, is that he wanted me to understand that my worth is not in the world around me, that I am worthy of his love. Again and again, he forgives me for the mistakes that I have made, however silly I may feel that they are, for all the times that I have turned away from him to focus on things that are momentary pleasure and glory, imagining that, again, I would derive my worth in those things. He extends his hand to me to be a soft, strong embrace, because he knows that I need him as much as he needs me. And man, oh man, I feel more than ever before that all of his goodness is available to me if I'm willing to give him the praise that he deserves. I never said these things before. I was not steeped in this. I was not raised in this. I was not told to say these things. And I have no outside incentive. I am a lost, broken soul. I am in need of his saving. And I would hold anyone's hand who wants to walk that path. Thankfully, he guided me to a partner in life and a woman in life who is my amazing wife. And she has this background in the faith that she was distanced from as a young adult and has now sort of allowed herself to come back to with me. And just having the I guess just having each other makes a profound difference. But if you're alone, as we all may feel at times, there are still people out there who would go the distance with you and who would help you. So I've felt the urge to make videos speaking about all of this, and there's so much more that I can share with you in future videos for quite a while, and I have not listened. I'm going to do my best to listen now.